Hi mamas, I'm April. Thanks for joining me today. I got to thinking about some of the most important pathways that led me to having such a terrific birth, and one of them is through your breath, through your breathing. I think that we severely underestimate the power that exists within our own breath. Um, Breath is what sustains us. Breath is the avenue of life. If we cease to breathe, we would cease to exist. It's that simple. So it's no wonder that something that vital in life will be that vital in birth. Life and birth are very much the same. So some things we need to remember when breathing during our birthing time is, I'd say the most important thing for you to remember is to breathe. To breathe freely, to breathe openly, to breathe into yourself, to breathe into the birth, and to let it flow without any blockages, without being constricted. A lot of times in birth, I see videos of women who are birthing their babies, and when a pressure wave comes on, they hold their breath. They clench their mouth shut, and they hold their breath and just wait and wait and wait for it to pass. But you know what's happening when you're holding your breath like that is your sphincters are closing. Because when you breathe openly and freely, your sphincters open nice and freely. But if it's constricted, your sphincters constrict. And obviously, your baby comes out as one of your sphincters. So what they're doing when they're holding their breath is contracting their sphincter, which is keeping their baby inside of them. Also, it contracts your body. Your whole entire body tenses up, and so your baby who's trying to come down, instead of having that pathway nice and open and free to slide down, your baby is being smushed. It's being kept in place through your lack of breathing, through that tension that you're creating in your body. So if we want birth to be wonderful, if we want to go along with birth and not put up a fight, then we need to be open and free in our breathing, because that will open up the pathway for your baby to be born. Especially during the pushing phase, remember to always breathe your baby out. Don't push your baby out. Your body has a natural reflex that will push your baby out on its own. What you need to remember is to breathe your baby out. I see women who, when it's time to push, they take a big breath and then they hold it and they clench with all of their might and they push, and their face is turning purple and that is creating so much pain for them that is unnecessary, absolutely unnecessary, and they're clenching up when they're supposed to be relaxing. So remember to breathe, remember to release, let your breath out, let your baby out. Apparently, about 90% of us breathe the wrong way. We breathe through our chests, when the proper way of breathing, the way you're born, is breathing through your abdominal. In and out through your abdominal. And when you take a breath in, your abdominal rises. Your whatever. I'm tongue twisted. It rises. And when you breathe out, it falls. So you breathe in, your stomach rises, breathe out, and it falls. And so practice that breathing. Just put your hand on your stomach and just practice it. And what I ask you to do with your breath is not create a certain kind of breath, because your breath already encompasses everything that it needs within your breath already. You need to simply focus your attention towards your breath, watch your breath, become aware of it, become the watcher of your breath, so to say. So you would focus in on your breath and just pay attention to how you're breathing. And just feel your body breathing. Get used to that sensation, allow it to breathe properly. And then create a spiral breath. So what we often do is we breathe in, and then we pause, and then we breathe out. And I do that too. But the proper way of breathing, it's very simple to learn when you start paying attention, is to breathe in and then breathe out in a continuous spiral without that pause in between. And I like to always breathe in and out through my mouth, because that also follows the sphincter law. If your mouth is open, if your jaw is open, your sphincters are open. So I wouldn't breathe in through my nose or even out through my mouth. I would just keep my mouth open the whole entire time, because during birth, when those pressure waves come in, if you have a closed mouth, it's really easy to just tense your jaw, because they come in and they're really, they're a lot of pressure. So to deal with them, a lot of women clench down, and it's easy to do if your jaw's closed. So if your jaw's wide open, it's just open, free breaths able to come in. So the first step would be to practice breathing the right way, which would be through your stomach, rising and falling, and through that spiral of breath without any pause. And through that breath, you are able to access so much potential that lies within you. You have everything you need to give birth within you. Don't let anybody tell you anything other than that. You don't need a doctor, you don't need drugs, you don't need machines. You have everything you need inside of you to give birth. And through breathing exercises, you can access that. What I do is I breathe in, and when I breathe in, I imagine myself gathering. I gather energy, I gather strength, I gather this beautiful white light, and I bring it into me, and then I imagine it compressing. And while it compresses, it activates everything inside of me that I am, everything that I will need to give birth. It activates my strength. It activates my love. It activates my passion. It activates my desire to give my baby a good birth. It activates everything inside of me that makes me the powerful woman that I am. So I breathe in and I gather. And then all of those things become activated, and I compress those gifts, those strength, that love, along with my breath. And then as I breathe out, I imagine it flowing through me and out into the world to where I can use it. And during birth, this is amazing to do with your pressure waves, because as your pressure waves come in, you gather them in with your breath, open to them, accepting them, allowing them to come into your body. You gather them in, you feel that pressure inside of you, but instead of it being pain, it's a way of activating all of that strength, all of that love, all of that, everything you have inside of you that's going to help you birth your baby. So you breathe in the pressure waves, they activate all those things, you compress it, and you focus it on pushing it downwards. So with your out breath, you focus all of that energy, all of that pressure downwards. And then as the pressure wave disperses, all of that energy, all of the pressure disperses back into the earth again with your breath. So you breathe in your pressure wave, gather your strength, and breathe it out powerfully, openly, freely. I have some more exercises on my blog that you can check out to practice your breathing while you're still pregnant. I definitely am here to attest that breathing is an amazing help in your birth. Amazing, amazing help.